Okay, fixers, I am here to hopefully help you simplify this book. Okay, so by now you should have gotten, most of you should have gotten all your stuff. I want you to turn to page 4. Page 4 is a get started worksheet. It's going to have like a little section here, this purple section, and fill it out. Figure out your number. This is going to give you your calorie level. Okay, that's very, very important. It's going to, so that way you know what category you're in. From there, you're going to go to page 19, and whatever calorie level that you are in the yellow, you're going to look down, and those are going to be your containers for the day. Okay, so real easy. I'm in the 1200 to 1499 range. So it gives me my green, purple, red, yellow, blue, orange. Each color represents a different category of food. Red is protein. So I like to look at that first. That is the most important thing for me. This is going to help me create my meals. I'm going to create my meals around my protein. So I have 4 reds. That tells me that I get 4 meals a day. Okay, so like I said, because I'm going to base all my meals around my protein. So that number 4 with the red is what I'm going to base my meals around. So I can start creating everything from there. So now that I know that I get 4 meals a day, I can start breaking it up. So I'll pick my 4 proteins. So if I'm going to plan my day, I'm going to, and planning is huge. So you want to make sure you plan ahead of time. So I'm going to go to the protein list. And the protein list is on page 29. It looks like this. Actually, it has all your, if you flip through, it's got all your containers and your lists that go, every item that goes in each container, all your choices. This gives you a customizable list. That way, you can pick and choose off of this. So I get 4 red containers a day, 4 meals, and I'm going to choose around this list, like I said. So, for breakfast, and Shakeology is counted as a red, so keep that in mind. So, for instance, for me, I like to get up in the morning and I like to have eggs. I'm just that's my routine, So I get up in the morning, on this list it says 2 large eggs equals a red container. So, I'm going to have that for my breakfast. Now, what do I want to have with my eggs? Well, for me, I like a light breakfast, nothing heavy. I have 2 purple containers that I have to use, and purple is fruit, so sounds good to me. I'm going to have eggs with fruit, and I get 2 yellow containers, so I'll knock one of those out right now, and I'll have a piece of Ezekiel toast, because that's like a normal breakfast, eggs, fruit, and toast. So I cook my 2 eggs, and I put them on top of my toasted piece of Ezekiel, and I have my purple container filled with my berries. Those are my favorite thing to eat. And that's my breakfast. So I knocked out a red, a yellow, and a purple. And to keep track of all that, I go back to my tally sheets, which is on page 82. And I fill in, I check that off, because this way, because you want to make sure you are eating all your containers. You don't want to be under eating. It's very important that you eat all of your containers. So I keep track on my tally sheet. Once you get all your proteins listed, then it's really easy to work around it and fill in the other containers. The greens, sometimes people have a hard time with the greens, because greens, let's face it, they're not our favorite thing to eat. So, but I make that simple too. Sometimes I put spinach in my Shakeology. And trust me, you cannot taste, I challenge you to try this, you cannot taste spinach in your protein shake. So you can throw a handful of spinach in there, that's a green container. And then at dinner, I make a salad. So I have a full container of spinach. Then I do another full container, I chop up tomatoes and onions and whatever I want to put on that salad that's veggies, and I throw them in there. I have my chicken or fish or tempeh as my protein, that's a red container. And I use quinoa for my second yellow container normally. Quinoa or brown rice, normally I'll have with dinner, and I pour the quinoa right on the salad. So I just I'll put pictures up there. I'm going to give you a sample of my meal plan. So, but then you might think, well, okay, well, what do you do with the 4th red container? After I work out and drink my Shakeology, and there's a period after my Shakeology before dinner. So somewhere in between there, I have my fourth red container, my fourth meal. And because I'm not starving at this point, I've had my shake, it's been a couple hours, I still got a couple hours before dinner or 3 hours before dinner. I like to fill my red container there with cottage cheese. And this helps me knock out another fruit because I'll fill the red container with cottage cheese and then I fill another purple container with fruit. So now I got my red, my purple, and then I actually use an orange too. I put some seeds and I sprinkle it on top of that as well. So it's actually, it's really, really an easy way to do it. And if any of you have ever followed a meal plan before, I think you're going to just fall in love with this because measuring and weighing and especially macronutrients, which is actually what this is, macronutrients. And I've done my own macronutrients before, and you have to measure every single gram of everything that you eat. This book lets you do it by just filling containers. I'm telling you, it is the best thing ever. I mean, I love it. Also, keep in mind, this is a lifestyle change. This book, you are going to want to continue with this. I mean, this isn't just a 21-day plan. It gives you tips in here on going out to eat. It tells you what containers those count as. This is going to teach you how to eat on a day-to-day basis. You're going to want to continue this when you're done. You might want to change your calorie level. If when you get to the weight you want, you can change your calorie level. But for the most part, this is a lifestyle change. Get to know it, get familiar with it, learn to love it as much as I do, and you will just get fantastic results from it. It has dressing recipes in here. It has, are you a wine drinker? I mean, you are not giving up your life here. And I know I've said this a million times in the last 2 seconds. This is a lifestyle change. So you want to take out a yellow container and have a glass of wine for dinner. You say you're going out with some friends. You can totally do that. You're going to be learning your portions. So pretty soon you're going to get to a point where you're going out to eat and you're going to look at your plate and you're going to know exactly how much to eat when you're going out to eat. You're going to know immediately, this is all I want to eat. Plus, you're not going to be starving and you're not going to eat huge amounts at once because you're going to shrink your stomach by eating so many times a day. Anyway, I could sit here and go on and on and on about how wonderful this plan is, but I think you're going to find out. Don't be intimidated by the containers. Once you get used to it, you'll get the hang of it. And if you like chocolate, you can replace a yellow container. It's got some ideas in here for that as well, like a teaspoon you can use. This is awesome, right? You can use one of your teaspoons. You can use nut butters. You have chocolate chips here that you can use. So keep that in mind as well. If you're a chocolate lover. I'm not a huge chocolate lover, but I know some people are. Has water ideas, things to hydrate your water with. I love doing that. I put cucumbers in my water and in a big container, put it in my fridge, and I have cucumber water, and sometimes I throw some lemons in there too. Well, I think I've about covered it. It has seasonings that you can create your own seasonings. I think I talked about dressings. Oh, your free foods. I'm a hot sauce lover, so I use Red Hot, but it tells you on here, you got your mustard, your vinegars, if you want to put vinegar on your salad. I just make sure when you're buying your hot sauce, you're reading the label. Make sure it doesn't say sugar or anything bad. Like I said, I like Frank's Red Hot. That's got good ingredients. So let me know if you have any other questions. Go over this book, read it front to back. This is good stuff here. This is going to teach you a way of life. So I wish you luck. I'm here with you. No question is too small. So please, please, please don't hesitate to keep asking them because I'm happy to answer. Okay, I'm going to quit talking now. I could probably go on forever. Have a good night.